Chad Harvey here with Heather Lutze. Heather is a search engine optimization expert. She's an expatriate from Yahoo. She owned her own agency for 15 years. She's the author of, count them, 3 books, including Marketing Espionage. I think that's the most recent one.
Mm-hmm.
She's toured with Tony Robbins. She's the creator of the Findability formula and the founder of Findability University. And this week, Heather was kind enough to run 2 fantastic sessions for both of my Vistage groups. A lot of value there. And Heather, while the energy is still high, I wanted to ask you one question here. What's the one thing that you wish every business leader knew about their online presence?
I think the one thing is their website is an indispensable member of their marketing team. And it is not a sales brochure, and it's not just there to give them an address and a phone number. You have to step back, especially now in the world we're living in, having your online presence be a thought leadership platform rather than a sales brochure. So if your website is like 3 years old, you don't blog and you don't socialize those blogs, then try to put yourself in the shoes of Google. When they're looking for experts in specific fields and you want to be findable as a thought leader in those fields, you've got to have a website that is rocking, right? It's got to be, fairly new in design. You have to be blogging at least once a week, ideally, and then socializing those blogs on all of your social media channels. So it's all 3 knitted together. It's not just one thing. So as you're talking to vendors, maybe you got a social media guy and you got an SEO guy and you got a web developer guy. You want to think about how they all work together in unison. So if you know what your keywords are at the very beginning, that's what we looked at in our Vistage meeting. Then you say, okay, now that I have my core pages for my website, I'm a thought leader now, it looks great. It starts to rank under phrases. Then you move to a blogging strategy. Now a blog is on an RSS feed, which means that Google knows that people can subscribe to that and get your ongoing content. And that's really, if you're going to be a thought leader, right, that's your ongoing research. It's what's happening in the industry today, and then you bring your perspective to that. And then finally, if the blog is your ongoing research, then of course your peer validation is social media, your likes, your followers, your subscribers, your mentions. And Google has been very clear about the fact that it ranks your site based on the website authenticity and the content. Then it also ranks the website based on your blogs, and those rank faster than pages on your website. So blogging is incredibly important. And then finally, Google also watches the mentions and the shares and the followers of that content. So if you're operating each one of those as a different silo, then you probably want to take a step back and see how are they all coordinated together, and what can I bring from the Vistage meeting that will make everyone sing in the same tune.
Fantastic. I love the idea of your website being a thought leadership platform, and the way you knit some of these different concepts together into an overall strategy. I think you just used the term peer validation. I've never heard that before, but it makes tremendous sense. I love it. Yeah.
It's, think about every website is a professor in the minds of Google, and how you show up as a professor is whether you get tenure. So you have to kind of think about yourself as a professor who publishes, so you don't get kicked out of Stanford, and what the students think about it and what the other professors think about it is very important. So if you can think about yourself as an online professor in your field, and you approach it that way, not a marketing person, but a thought leader in your industry, that's when things will turn the tide and you'll start getting real leads from your online marketing effort.
Online professorship. What I just heard is I need to wrap my website in a tweed suit.
Right, and corduroy pants.
That's right. Thank you very much, Heather. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome.